Good morning, your holistic guardian, Freddie Collins. We should be very happy that the Lord blessed us to see this day, and we should thank Him because not everybody has seen this. Today, I have a very important lesson to share with you, something that will be very beneficial to all of you that are in the house and now have time to listen, to hear about some things that God has provided for us. He's provided so much that we don't know about. And hopefully I'll be able to tell you some things that maybe is new news to you. So stay tuned because this can be very helpful. I'm back, and now for the lesson for today, we're going to be talking about the benefits of the belly button. But before we get into the belly button, I want to give you a little history on the things that we're going to be talking about. In the beginning, God, who is an invisible spirit, created the heavens and the earth. 2 Peter 1:3 says, His divine power has given us everything we need for life and godliness. God does everything in a God's way with His invisible power. On the sixth day of creation, God created man and breathed into him the breath of life. God created man with the ability to self-heal. Whether we want to or not, we heal from our wounds, scrapes, scratches, and so forth without trying. We actually cannot stop the healing process because it is invisible. With God, everything is holistic, healing the soul, spirit, and body. God uses invisible things that are pertaining to Him. His medicine is deep within the fibers of the plant kingdom. He uses the invisible breath for us to breathe in and access His medication. He's also given us oils which will penetrate our skin with the molecules that will affect the area that's needed. Long time ago, man used herbs and oils for their medicine. Around 2697 to 2597 before Christ, the Chinese doctor Heng Tai wrote a book on medicines that were created from several aromatic oils. In Egypt, we see on the hieroglyphics signs of remedies and potions and creations that the Egyptians used back in 3500 BC. Oils were more valuable than gold. Hippocrates, the famous doctor of yesteryear, used oils in his remedies in 460 to 377 BC. The Romans and Greeks made aromatic baths. Going to the Bible, Moses was given a formula of microbial oils for the tabernacle, and we'll talk about that later. The Queen of Sheba brought Solomon great quantities of spices, etc. In the New Testament, we read in the book of James that it is told that we should anoint the sick with oil and pray for them, and they'll be healed. God gave us the leaves for the healing of the nations. The leaves that we use, the herbs and spices and so forth, were in Ezekiel 47:12 and in Revelations 22:2. The art of health by herbs and oils declined in the Dark Ages, but it revived in 1493 to 1541. This is a picture of before the time of Moses. This is a caravan of 6,000 camels that traveled 1,100 miles, carrying 3,000 tons annually to the countries that wanted the herbs and spices. One place that they went to where there was a treasure house was the city of Petra. Petra is near the Jordan border in Arabia, and this is a crack in a mountain. This crack is 300 feet wide, 500 feet high, and it goes for 2 miles. After you get to the 2 miles, you see this big, huge, beautiful city, all carved into the mountain. If you look at the bottom of the picture, you'll see how tiny the people are. Scientists wondered how they built this magnificent treasure house. This is where they would put the treasures that the camels would bring. And they resolved that they were probably cut in the mountain from the top down. Some didn't know that there were very many oils in the Bible, but there are at least 600 references of essential oils. There are 333 references of aromatic products. There are 54 references of incense. Lots of things, lots of oils are mentioned in the Bible. Now, this is a quick course on aromatherapy or on the oils. 1 drop, we know oils are very expensive, but you just get these little tiny bottles, but these tiny bottles have so much in them. 1 drop contains approximately 40 million trillion molecules. That is 4 with 19 zeros behind it. Our bodies have 100 trillion cells. 1 drop of essential oil will cover every cell in our body with 40,000 molecules. So sometimes if you put too much on, it won't go to the site. It's like being at a big party and somebody says fire and everybody runs to the door. Well, hardly nobody can get out because it's jammed. So if you use too much oil, you may not be able to get the results that you need. But sometimes you may need to use a little more. So you just have to have discretion. And to let you know that, we see the incense and the oils in the tabernacle. The tabernacle right here in the middle. And we see this big cloud above it. All around the sides are the different tribes. Well, in this tabernacle, God gave Moses a formula. This formula is the holy anointing oil recipe. It calls for 12 pounds of the myrrh, 12 pounds of cassia, 6 pounds of cinnamon, 6 pounds of calamus, and a gallon of olive oil. Now just think of how the fragrance of that would be, having 1 drop being such a powerful thing. But all of these oils that are mentioned are microbial oils. Microbial oils are oils that kill and fight any kinds of germs, whether airborne or on different objects or whatever. And this is when I figured that the thieves' oil was something like this, a protection for God's people. 600,000 men, women, and children, and cattle, all kinds of sacrifices, killed animals, blood. Just think of all the feces, all of the germs that could have been around them. But a microbial oil can kill germs. And when you think of the thieves' oil, where the thieves were able to go into contaminated houses and so forth, you see that some of these same oils were used in the formula for the tabernacle. Let's finish this up in just a little bit. Okay, we're back. Healing is holistic. All have to do with the spiritual connection to God, our Creator, who does all things according to His invisible nature. God doesn't have to use materials, physical materials or whatever. He uses His own way of doing things, which is invisible because He is a spirit. God heals all of our diseases in Psalms 103:3. Proverbs 3:8 tells us that if we hear his word, fear and obey and trust him, we will have health to our navel and marrow to our bones. Marrow, which means wisdom, and a fear of God, which gives strength against temptation and sin. Okay, now we're getting to the topic of our lesson, which is belly button healing. Okay, where the belly button starts. Mothers have a belly button that is connected to the baby's belly button through a flexible tube. This flexible tube is called the umbilical cord. The fetus nourishes inside the mother's womb through the navel. The navel is our primary source of nutrition. Thus, when we use this medium of transportation for nutrients, they act fast and more efficiently. Applying oil on belly button makes it penetrate and mix into the blood fast. Our belly button is considered a powerful energy point. It has the power to influence our health directly. There is the Pacati. The Pacati is 72,000 blood veins that's attached to the navel. That's a lot of blood veins. Goes to a lot of places. When the blood does not pass in one of these veins, then it dries up. And this is a sign of a serious problem. Oil in the belly button detects the dried vein, revives it, and blood goes back through it and helps the affected areas. Undoubtedly, a number of diseases can be cured through the belly button. For best results, you should apply the belly button oils before you go to sleep. This habit can help in curing many diseases. Some of the benefits, some of the oils that you can use. You can use olive oil, coconut oil, almond oil, castor oil, mustard oil, black seed oil, clove oil. You could also use CBD oil. Lots of oils can be used. If you're using a strong oil like your, what is this oil here that I like to use, but it's hot. You can use tea tree oil too. That's very good. Tea tree oil is very good. Clove oil. Some of the oils are very hot. And of course, you always have to use a carrier oil with those. When you use the oils that have essential oil with it, you definitely need to use a little bit of carrier oil, which is like the coconut oil or the olive oil or the almond oil. Let's go over some of these. Okay, for glowing skin, you want the almond oil. To improve fertility, you put, now all of these are 3 drops. 3 drops into the belly button at night before you go to bed. If you're trying to have a child and you're having difficulty, put 3 drops of coconut oil in your belly button at night. It'd be nice if you warmed it a little bit. For poor vision, mustard oil. For knee pain, castor oil. All of these 3 drops into the belly button. For long eyelashes, castor oil. For dark circles around your eyes, olive oil. Concentration, olive oil. Dryness of the brain, get some black seed oil. I use black seed oil very extensively. Dark spots, acne, wounds, scars, lemon oil. Tiredness, loss of memory, depression, mustard oil. Tiredness, I said that one already. Laziness, leg pain, mustard oil. Hair growth, castor oil. For weight loss, warm up some olive oil and pour it in your navel, at least 3 drops. For toothache, clove oil. Back pain, olive oil. Headaches, mustard oil. All of these will give you some great results. So make it a habit to put oil in your belly button every night before you go to sleep. and enjoy a healthy and happier life. Your belly button can detect which vein has dried up and pass the oil to it when it opens it up. Apply the oil to your belly button and it'll cure dryness of eyes, poor eyesight, pancreas, over and underworking, cracked heels, lips, keeps your face glowing, shiny hair, keep your knees from pain, shivering, lethargy, joint pain, and dry skin. How to put the oil on your belly button? One way is to put oil in the bowl, put a cotton ball in there, get it nice and soaked, put it in your navel for 10 to 15 minutes or whatever, or just put it in there and massage it. To moisturize your stomach, use coconut oil or avocado oil. Put it in or around your belly button. Dip the cotton in, put it in and help to remove dead skin. You can dilute tea tree oil and use it as a means of cleaning the infected belly button. You can also use oils like ginger, peppermint for treating stomach aches or menstrual pains. Fertility will improve if you apply ylang-ylang and sandalwood. To balance your navel chakra, apply grapeseed oil to your belly button. According to Ayurveda, you can use grapeseed oil to balance your navel, put a few drops in and massage it. You can also use the sandalwood, rosewood, ylang-ylang, and add these also as benefits. Research this for yourself. Don't just take someone's word for things. Just like when you hear the gospel, when you hear a preacher, don't just take their word for it. Research yourself. Research. Look up belly button health, belly button healing, belly button oiling the navel. For a more intense belly button method, look at the Fertility method. Look at the video on Fertility method and belly button healing, 10-minute daily routine. Look that up and see how they use that. Okay? That's the information that I wanted to get over to you. God has given us a means of taking care of our bodies without having to go to the doctor. And I'm not saying doctors aren't good. We use doctors, but he's given us things that will help us ourselves.